Yeah, hey guys, I thought I'd make this video for you because it would be much easier to make a video than explain to you how to do this. I just want to show it to you. So basically you ask in this post right here how you can use Zapier to shoot a random text. How do you configure that? I'm going to show you how to configure that. Even your example, you said, yes, like shoot me a joke. The bot sends some random joke out of a pool of 20. So do that on my bot, shoot me a joke. And you'll see that some random joke comes. Here's a random joke. Can you tell me a joke? Have any good jokes? So there you can see the bot is sending out jokes, random jokes. So I'm just going to quickly show you how that's configured. Okay, so you can see in ManyChat, I have a keyword if message contains joke. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to do one action. I'm going to do an action. I'm going to trigger a zap to get a joke. Okay, so that's pretty straightforward. So here I've got a zap that's set up where on a new trigger zap event, if the events get joke, I'm going to do these things. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use formatter by Zapier. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use on formatter by Zapier, I'm going to use numbers. So if you look here, you got a bunch of choices. I'm going to use numbers here. And if you look at the template, I'm going to use spreadsheet style formula. So now you can look in that spreadsheet style formatter. You can see what all you can do here. And I'm just going to actually use this random between min and max. Okay, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to do a random between 1 and 20. Why am I doing a random between 1 and 20? Well, I'm doing a random between 1 and 20 because of this guy right here. So you can see that I've got an index of 1 to 21. I've got all these jokes here and some Excel spreadsheet. You see I've got this jokes table and I've got this index between 1 and 21. So I could actually even change this if I wanted to 1 and 21 to include all my jokes. So I'll just continue. So now I've got that. So what's going to happen here is I'm going to now look up a spreadsheet. So I'm going to look up a spreadsheet. If you look at this template here, I'm looking up from the joke spreadsheet. I'm looking up on sheet 1. So I'm going to look up on this index. So what I'm going to do is here in this step right here, I'm getting back a random number between 1 to 21. So now I have in this spreadsheet an index column that goes between 1 to 21. So I'm actually going to look up in that index column whatever the random number was from step 2. And I'm going to look that up and get that row. Now for my last action, you can see that I'm going to go in and send a text message to a user. So here I'm going to use a custom value advance. The reason that I'm using a custom value advance is because ManyChat's just giving me a list of my users here, but I want to use a custom value because I want to actually use the user ID that came here from step 1. So that user ID that came from step 1, and then the text that I'm going to send is whatever joke I looked up from step 3. So you can see here on step 3, I've got these different numbers. I've got the ID, I've got the joke, I've got the index, whatever row. I'm just going to use whatever values in that joke field, and then that's it. So you can see exactly what you wanted to do. You can do it. So you're going to trigger from Zapier, just like I'm doing here. Whenever the message contains a keyword, you're going to trigger a zap, and I'm calling that zap get joke so that I can look for it here in step 1. Here in step 1, I'm looking whenever that get joke event is fired. That's going to be my trigger. From there, I'm going to use Zapier's number formatter by Zapier. I'm going to use a number, and I'm going to use that spreadsheet formula to go in and generate some random number between the beginning of my index and the end of my index so that I can go grab one of these jokes. And then I'm going to take that random number. I'm going to use it to actually do the lookup here in my spreadsheet. I'm going to look up that value based on whatever came from step 2. I'm looking up that index. And then I'm going to send that data back to ManyChat. So If you look, I'm going to go in and use a custom value for the user because I want to grab the user from step 1, ultimately the user that triggered this zap. And then my text is I'm going to send him a joke. So just like that, you can see how it works. Joke. And you're going to get some joke. Let's look and see. He's going to send some joke. That one-liner, I'm not drinking too much. That one-liner, I'm not drinking too much. There's that guy. Send one more joke. There's one more joke. There's about a month before he died, my uncle had his. About a month before he died, my uncle had his. There you go. So that's exactly how you do that. So now you know exactly how to do what you were asking for.